Now, there are two things that have been said by the Indian Council of Medical Research that have got everyone deeply concerned. One, that a lot of states are complaining about faulty Chinese test kits, that the rapid test kits that have come are not proving to be efficacious and that they're not working as they should. The other problem seems to be that 80% of those who are testing positive are people who are asymptomatic, which means they don't have any visible symptom of being COVID-19 positive, which is very scary, which means my video journalist or me, myself, anybody could have COVID-19 and you would not know it till you actually go do a test. How does that make us recalibrate our strategy in the way we are dealing with this virus? Dr. Naveen Dang is the founder of one of India's best-known pathological laboratories, the Dr. Dang's Lab. Dr. Dang, welcome. Professor K. Srinath Reddy is the president, hugely renowned Public Health Foundation of India, former head of the Department of Cardiology at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. I want to show you what was said at the press conference about asymptomatic patients, and then I'll ask these expert gentlemen about how we should deal with it together.
हम जो बोल रहे हैं 100 में से 80 रहते हैं, वो एक ही स्टडी है, ये बार बार बोल रहे हैं। दूसरी बात, जब हम एसिम्प्टोमेटिक की बात करते हैं तो जब कोई लक्षण बहुत कम होगा, पेशेंट खुद होके रिपोर्ट करने का चांस उतना ही कम हो जाता है। अब तीसरा तथ्य जो मैं अभी तक बोला नहीं हूं, उसके बारे में बोल देता हूं कि जितने अभी टेस्ट हुए हैं उनमें अगर आपने देखा तो सिम्प्टोमेटिक 31% है और जो एसिम्प्टोमेटिक लोग थे उनकी संख्या 69% है। इसका मायना आप अलग ढंग से अगर देखें तो अगर एक केस डिटेक्ट हो रही है तो उसके साथ में एसिम्प्टोमेटिक, एक एवरेज बता रहा हूं क्योंकि ये कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग करके आए वाले पेशेंट्स हैं, तो उनमें हमको कितना दिखाई दे रहा है? 3 केसेस ज्यादा से ज्यादा तीन शायद रहेंगे, 3 नहीं, 2 केसेस रहेंगे।
Srinath Reddy at the Public Health Foundation of India, what does this mean for our viewers? They're deeply concerned, as I am, as our entire team is, that 80% of COVID positive people are now asymptomatic, which means we can't tell that they've got the disease. How do you deal with this kind of a situation?
Well, firstly, Rahul, we must try and decide whether this is a true positive or a false positive. The fact is that most of these tests are extremely sensitive. That means you are trying to reduce the number of false negatives. When you do that, you tend to increase the number of false positives. However, there are likely to be many people who are true positives, but still may not have symptoms. Particularly if they are young and have a good immune response, they may get rid of the virus very quickly. The question is, are they shedding the virus and spreading the virus? And if so, they are likely to be a danger to others because they do not know that they have this virus, and others too do not know. Therefore, it's absolutely necessary for us to maintain the social distancing norms very well. If you're driving on Delhi roads, you do not know whether the other drivers are safe drivers or not. One of them could suddenly swerve into your path. So you try and maintain a safe distance. Similarly, even if you do not know whether somebody who is an asymptomatic person carrying the virus is a potential threat, by maintaining adequate social distance, that person as well as yourself are likely to be safe from the point of view of infecting anybody or getting infected. So I think that's the critical lesson that we have to learn.
Dr. Naveen Dang, what do you make of states complaining about the Chinese mal, this imported mal from China, even their test kits don't seem to function well? It happened elsewhere, so is it along predictable lines that would have happened in India? A lot of people were making plans to see if they were frontline workers, if they should get tested. Now that the government is saying hold off on these Chinese tests for 48 hours, what do you think will be the path going forward?
Rahul, before I answer your question, if you permit me to say so, and with all my respect for Dr. Srinath Reddy, I would just like to beg to differ with him on one point.
Please go ahead, sir.
There, if you please permit me, the test, the RT-PCR, has got a very high specificity and a very poor sensitivity. The sensitivity of the test is only about 67% for nasopharyngeal swab and less than that, much less than that for oropharyngeal swab. So I see if the patient who comes out is positive, there's no way we can call it a false positive. I do not think there's anything called a false positive in this, while there are a large number of false negatives which are there. So if a person has tested positive for it, and if the test has been conducted properly, and if there's no contamination at all, then that person is definitely a source of potential dissemination of the virus to the surroundings and to the people around. I will go to the extent of saying that every person, I won't call a patient, every person is supposed to be, I would say, considered positive till proved otherwise. In this particular scenario where you said that we had nearly 80% of the individuals who were positive and only 20% were negative, but again I would like to know that did they never have any symptoms, or the symptoms were so mild that they were not detected and were not reported. So this is one aspect of it, that yes, we are scared that people with less symptoms or no symptoms are also cropping up, and they are not reporting themselves, and we are catching them much later in the disease. In the meanwhile, they have been spreading the virus to the surroundings. Coming to your question about the Chinese kits, well, the Chinese kits, I do not know how they have been validated, but yes, if they give us wrong results, and I want to know what do you mean by giving the wrong result, that means the antibodies are negative, the IgM antibodies are negative, and that means they must have been tested on patients who have already been tested positive by RT-PCR. If yes, then they should immediately be stopped.
Okay, I'm out of time on this debate. I'd love to have a deeper conversation, but I hope that we can have both Professor Srinath Reddy and Dr. Naveen Dang back with us on the news track. We're slipping into a very quick break. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Sorry this was a short conversation. When I come back tomorrow at 8 p.m, we will work through the day to bring you the most important insights on India's battle against COVID-19. Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.